Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to part 3 of my Bring Back My Bar post-warm series. So let's just jump right in and start off with Berry of Paradise. Now the pour date for Berry of Paradise was April 19th, 2022, new pour. And the scent appeal on cold was really high. It was an 8 out of 10 and I just have to smell it again. So good. Okay. So I warmed this in my office and I did warm through the entire bar. So strength was like a medium plus to almost strong for me. And the throw was amazing. I could smell this when I was in the hallway. I could smell it anywhere in my office. It was fantastic. And I left this in for 24 hours and I could still smell it. I could have left this in for longer for sure. So the notes that I wrote were, I love this scent so much. I said this might be my favorite scent that Scentsy has. Scent appeal was like a 10 out of 10. I loved it so much. And it reminds me a lot of this bar right here, which is Strawberry Swirl. Now, I did not like this one at first, but it grew on me and then I started to love it. This is very, very similar, and this is not in my club, so I'm happy that this one's here. To me, it's like Strawberry Swirl, but without that kind of funky note that Strawberry Swirl can kind of give off, that like frothy milk vibe. To me, this is more like strawberry milkshake without that funkiness. I guess more like a strawberry milkshake and less of a strawberry smoothie. Like this to me, Strawberry Swirl, strawberry smoothie, and Berry of Paradise is like strawberry milkshake. I don't know, that's just, yeah, in my head that's how I see it, because the Strawberry Swirl has a little bit of tartness and this one doesn't. Okay, anyways, so if you like scents like Strawberry Swirl, give Berry of Paradise a shot. Or if, you know, that funkiness from the Strawberry Swirl was like, but everything else was great with it, you know, maybe give this one a try. So will this be a repurchase? Heck yes, this is. And I'm also going to put this in my bi-monthly club because I love it. And that is Berry of Paradise. I'm so excited because I stocked up on Strawberry Swirl when we had that flash sale. I caught like 10 bars and I was like, oh, okay, this is going to have to last me until it comes back. But now with Berry of Paradise, I feel like I like that one even better. So I'm happy. Okay, next up we have Flower Child. Now this had a pour date of March 16th, 2022, which was the only one that wasn't poured in April. So that's interesting. Scent appeal on cold, oh my gosh, it's like an 8 out of 10. Oh, it's so pretty. It's beautiful. I love it. And I warmed this in my office and I went through one full bar. So strength, this was so light. Like, I could barely smell it, and I used a full entire bar. And the throw, again, it was barely detectable. Like if I walked right up to the warmer and stuck my nose in it, I could smell it. But if I was, you know, anywhere else in the office, it just wasn't happening. It was so light. And I did leave this in for 24 hours. So the notes that I wrote, I love this scent so much, but I think it's a Scentsy Heartbreak for me. I just could barely smell it in the office, and I did use the whole bar, so I feel like I gave this a really fair shot. I'm sad because I love this so much on cold, and I feel this dilemma of, okay, it's a new pour, and do I give it, you know, more time? Does it just need more time to sit? Is this just a light scent? I don't know, because this is my first experience with this bar. So if you've smelled or warmed, you know, Flower Child, please let me know in the comments. Does this get stronger over time? Does this need to just sit a little bit longer? My office isn't big, so I don't feel like I'm using too big of a space. And I have other scents that have done well in here, so I don't know. So will this be a repurchase? Okay, I love this scent so much that I think I'm willing to give this another go. I think I'm gonna pick up some more bars, let them sit for a while and, you know, start testing them to see if they got a little bit, you know, stronger. Maybe try it in the master bedroom. And I'm probably going to put this in my quarterly club, at least for a round, because it doesn't process until like August. So I think I'll have time to kind of warm through the bars. And if it just is like not happening, then I can take it out. But yeah, I love this one so much, and I really want it to do well. So Flower Child, please, please, please get stronger. It's so pretty. It's beautiful, but man, it just wasn't doing anything in here. Okay, next up we have Cutie Pie Cupcake, and this had a pour date of April 18th, 2022. Again, a new pour. So scent appeal on cold was like an 8.5 out of 10. I love it. And I warmed this in my living room, and I did use one full entire bar. So strength was like a medium to medium plus. It was very room filling. I could walk into the room, stand anywhere in the room, and I could smell it. I could smell it when I was coming into the hallway to the living room. It was, you know, wafting out into it, and it was great. I would say that it did drop down a little bit in strength, probably around the 9-hour mark, but it was still noticeable. I could still smell it. It was more like the clementine part kind of took a back seat, and then the cake part, more like a vanilla cake, kind of was more noticeable at that point, but it was still beautiful and yummy smelling. So the notes that I wrote, I said, huge scent appeal, 10 out of 10 warmed. It was bright, juicy clementine, fluffy yellow cake, and sweet sugar vanilla icing. And they were all just blended together so beautifully and nicely. And I wrote that it was like a sweet, bright, fluffy balance of confectionery bakery goodness. Yes. So if you like scents like clementine cupcake or birthday wishes, or those kind of cakey kind of scents, give this one a shot. And I actually did pull out my clementine cupcake to kind of see, you know, how they compare. And I love them both. Now, clementine cupcake is more cakey for me, and the Cutie Pie Cupcake, you definitely get more of that mandarin orange, and there's like an airiness about it. So I love it. So will this be a repurchase? 100% heck yes. And this is going to go into my bi-monthly club. And I'm also putting Clementine Cupcake into my bi-monthly club if this one goes away for the fall, because I love both of them and I'm not going to pick between them. I'm getting them both. So that is Cutie Pie Cupcake. Okay, next up we have Cotton Candy Cookie. So this had a pour date of April 11th, 2022. So scent appeal on cold was like a 6 out of 10. It really wasn't my favorite. Yeah. I wasn't really sure about like the cotton candy and the cookie part mixing together. They kind of clashed on cold. But anyways, I warmed this in my master bedroom and bathroom, and I did use one full entire bar. So strength, it started at a medium and then it dipped down to like a light plus. And the throw was good. I could smell it anywhere in my bedroom. It just wasn't like overpowering, and it wasn't like in my face. And I did leave this in for 24 hours. So the notes that I wrote, I said, I like this a lot more on warm than I did on cold. I would say scent appeal was like an 8 out of 10 for me on warm. And it was mostly the cotton candy with a little bit of the sugar cookie. And I could kind of get like the berry note, and I believe it's raspberry, just a hint, not too much, but it just kind of helped brighten things up. So I would say if you like scents like birthday wishes or sugar cookie, or if you like any kind of like cotton candy scents, maybe in vendor wax, kind of like I have right here, then I think you might like this. And will this be a repurchase? So yes, this will. My mind actually changed after I warmed it. I'm gonna go ahead and put this into my quarterly club. And the reason why it's gonna go in my quarterly club instead of my bi-monthly club is because I do buy vendor wax, and there are a lot of really great cotton candy scents out there. So I feel like I can you know, get that whenever I want, but I do like this a lot, and I will put this in my quarterly club. So that is Cotton Candy Cookie. And finally, out of this batch, we have Root Beer Float. Now, this had a pour date of April 10th, 2022, new pour. Scent appeal on cold. It was like a 5 out of 10. Yeah, it's very strong root beer. I got just a little tiny bit of the vanilla ice cream, but predominantly the root beer. And it's very true to root beer scent. And I warmed this in my kitchen, and I went through 1 full bar. So strength, this sucker was strong. It was extremely room filling. And I left this in for 2 hours, and ooh, it was just too much. So I went and I took out some vanilla bean buttercream, and I put that into all of the warmers and kind of, you know, try to see if that would help out a bit. So the notes that I wrote, this was very true to root beer scent, but without the fizz. Yeah, this was more like a flatter kind of a root beer, not super fizzy. There was very little vanilla ice cream, mostly the root beer. And I just couldn't do it by itself. And that might have been my mistake, because I put a whole bar inside of my kitchen. And I'm thinking that maybe I would have liked it a little bit more if I would have, you know, gone a little lighter with it. Maybe just a couple cubes to start and see how that went. Because even when I added vanilla bean buttercream, it was still really strong. And after like 4 hours, I was like, no, this is gonna come out even with the vanilla bean buttercream. So I think that was my fault. So please take that into your consideration. Okay, so I don't really have anything to compare this to, because it is such a unique scent. It really is. And will this be a repurchase? Probably not, just because I have so much wax, and I don't know if I ruined it for myself by putting in so much at one time, but yeah, it's not going to be a repurchase for me. And that is Root Beer Float. So that concludes part 3. I'm going to gather my things and try to get part 4 up for you guys. So thank you so much. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.